Hello, my dear children. Welcome back to our class. Hope you are safe and healthy. Are you ready for today's class? Okay, very good. Do you remember what did we learn in the last class? Yes, very good. Before going to the next part of the story, let's rewind the previous part. Okay, listen to me, my dears. Why was the prince not aware of tears when he was alive? Yes, very good. The prince was not aware of tears because everything around the prince in the palace was beautiful and sorrow was not allowed to enter there. Okay, you are correct. Next one. What made the happy prince sad? Who will say? Yes, from the top of the column, the prince could see all the ugliness and misery of the city. This made the prince sad. Okay, then listen to the next question. Why was the boy crying? Yes, the boy was crying for his illness and also he was very hungry. Okay, then why was the swallow not ready to help the woman at first? Because the swallow's friends were waiting for him in Egypt. So he had no time to stay there to help the woman. Okay, my dears. Now you take your text, page number 116. I will read the passage. You listen carefully and read with me. The messenger. The happy prince looked so sad that the swallow was sorry. It is very cold here, he said, but I will stay with you for one night and be your messenger. Thank you, little swallow, said the prince. So the swallow picked out the ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. At last he came to a poor house and looked in. The boy was tossing feverishly on his bed and the mother had fallen asleep. He laid the ruby on the table. Then he flew gently round the bed, fanning the boy's forehead with his wings. Then the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told him what he had done. I feel quite warm now, although it is so cold. That is because of you have done a good deed, said the prince. The swallow fell asleep. Okay, my dears, did you get the idea of the passage? Oh, you don't worry, I will give the detailed explanation. You listen here. When the swallow looked at Happy Prince, it felt very sorry. Then he said to Happy Prince, even though it is very cold here, I will stay with you for one night and be your messenger. By hearing this, the prince was so happy. Then the swallow picked out the ruby from prince's sword and flew away over the roofs of the town. At last, the swallow reached at that poor boy's house. The boy was shivering on his bed and his mother was sleeping. Then the swallow put the ruby on the table and flew around the boy's bed to cool his forehead. After that, the swallow flew back to the happy prince and told everything what had happened there. Then he said, now I feel quite warm, although it is so cold. Then the prince said that it is because of your good deed. Suddenly, the swallow fell asleep. Okay, my dears, shall we move on to the next passage? Okay, I'll read it. You listen carefully. The writer. The next morning, the prince said, Swallow, swallow, little swallow. Far away across the city, I see a young man. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers. His hair is brown and crisp, and his lips are red as a pomegranate. He is trying to finish a play. Hunger has made him faint. I will wait with you here one night longer, said the swallow. Shall I take him another ruby? Alas, I have no ruby now, said the prince. My eyes are all that I have left. They are made of rare sapphires, brought out of India 1,000 years ago. Pluck out one of them and take it to him. Dear prince, said the swallow, I can't do that, and he began to weep. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, said the prince, do as I command you. So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew away to the young man. The young man didn't hear the flutter of the bird's wings. When he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire. I am beginning to be appreciated, he cried. This is from some great admirer. Now I can finish my play. And he looked quite happy. Okay, my dears, listen to me. I'll give the detailed explanation. In the next morning, the prince said to swallow, I see the young man who is leaning on a desk which is covered with papers. His hair is brown and crisp. Crisp means dry, and his lips are red as a pomegranate. He is trying to complete a drama, but hunger made him very tired. The swallow felt very pity to happy prince, and he told to him, I will wait with you here one night longer, and I shall give the another ruby to that person. By hearing this, the prince replied that I have no ruby, only my eyes have left. They are made of precious and rare sapphires, and it grew from India 1,000 years ago. Then he ordered to swallow, pluck out one of them and give it to that man. Then swallow replied, I won't do it. The prince said to swallow that you do as I command you, or you must obey me. The swallow agreed it and plucked out one eye and flew away to young man. The young man didn't hear the flutter of bird's wings because he was leaning over the table. Flutter means to move up and down lightly and quickly. Here the swallow tried to wake up the man from the sleep by fluttering its wings. After some time, when he woke up from sleep, he saw the beautiful sapphire. Then the man thinks that it was the gift given by people, those who love me. The writer was very happy, and he said that he can finish the play very early than before. He felt very happy. Okay, my dears, now it's the time to wind up today's class. We will meet in the next class with the rest of the story. Thank you.